Every morning, millions of American women apply foundation before they leave the house. Most of them never check the label. Inside some of the most recognizable bottles on the market, brands sold at Sephora, Ulta, CVS, and Target, are ingredients that independent scientists, foreign governments, and the EU have flagged as serious health concerns. The FDA does not require cosmetics to be tested for safety before they hit shelves. That means a foundation can be legally sold in America today, containing ingredients the European Union has already banned outright. This is a look at 10 of the most popular foundations in the US. 7 have ingredients worth knowing about. 3 have gotten it right. Starting with the most accessible end of the market. Maybelline's Fit Me Matte Plus Poreless is one of the best-selling drugstore foundations in America, priced between $10 and $12 and available at virtually every CVS, Walgreens, Target, and Walmart in the country. That widespread reach is exactly what makes the ingredient list worth examining. The current Fit Me Matte formula contains methylparaben and butylparaben, preservatives with documented evidence of mimicking estrogen in the body. The formula also contains cyclopentasiloxane, a silicone with documented environmental bioaccumulation concerns, and nylon 12, classified as a microplastic, and EWG's Skin Deep database has flagged the line for allergy and immunotoxicity concerns. For a product applied to the face every single day by millions of women, that is an ingredient profile worth understanding before you reach for it. The brand directly above Maybelline on the drugstore shelf has a similar story. L'Oreal built the True Match franchise on shade inclusivity and dermatologist-tested claims at around $13 to $16. And on the surface, it looks exactly like what a trustworthy foundation is supposed to look like. Pull up the EWG Skin Deep database for the True Match powder, and talc is the very first ingredient listed, a naturally occurring mineral frequently mined near asbestos deposits where cross-contamination is a documented and ongoing concern, serious enough that multiple U.S. states have now passed legislation specifically addressing talc in cosmetics. The liquid True Match is a cleaner formula, but the powder, which many women use as a daily finishing step, leads with the ingredient regulators are watching most closely. Then there is Revlon Color Stay, a fixture of the American drugstore for decades, trusted and familiar at around $14 to $16. Revlon has been named in multiple lawsuits, alleging that asbestos-contaminated talc in its products caused mesothelioma cancer, and the company filed for bankruptcy in June 2022, carrying the weight of that ongoing litigation. In August 2024, a bankruptcy judge ruled that Revlon's Chapter 11 plan effectively barred over 42 talc-related asbestos lawsuits from proceeding. That history is documented public record, and it is almost never mentioned at the point of sale. If the assumption is that moving into prestige fixes the problem, the next 4 brands suggest otherwise. Charlotte Tilbury built one of the most recognizable luxury makeup brands of the last decade around a celebrity makeup artist origin story and aspirational positioning that made the brand feel genuinely earned. The Airbrush Flawless Foundation sits at around $49 to $52 at Sephora and Ulta, and it is worth looking at what the formula is doing underneath the marketing. The ingredient list contains synthetic fragrance, one of the leading causes of contact allergy in cosmetics, according to dermatologists and ingredient databases alike, alongside EU-listed fragrance allergens confirmed in the formula, including alpha, isomethylionone, benzyl salicylate, citronellol, and limonene. The formula also contains cyclopentasiloxane and nylon 12, a silicone with bioaccumulation concerns and a classified microplastic. For a foundation at this price point, the gap between what the packaging communicates and what the formula contains is significant. Lancome's Teint Idole occupies the front of the Sephora counter, priced between $52 and $60, with French luxury positioning and dermatologist-tested marketing that carries every signal of a carefully formulated product. The SPF version contains octinoxate as its active sunscreen ingredient, a UV filter classified as an endocrine disruptor by multiple scientific bodies and restricted by the EU in cosmetics. Multiple versions of the formula also contain synthetic fragrance alongside EU-listed allergens, including alpha-isomethyl-ionone and citronellol. Dermatologist tested means a product was evaluated for visible skin reactions in a short-term controlled setting, and it says nothing about what those ingredients are doing over months or years of daily use. Estée Lauder's Double Wear is widely regarded as one of the most successful prestige foundations ever made, praised for its 24-hour wear and full coverage at $52 to $58. The detail that matters most is the one Estée Lauder companies put in their own SEC quarterly filings: $159 million in talcum litigation settlement charges. The same parent company disclosing that figure continues to sell foundation products at $55 a bottle, and that is something most women standing at the Sephora counter have never been told. And then there is Giorgio Armani's Luminous Silk, which at its peak reportedly sold 1,000 bottles per day, making it arguably the most talked about foundation in prestige beauty. The formula that built that reputation contained methylparaben, synthetic fragrance, multiple fragrance allergens, and butylphenyl methylpropionol, known as Lilial. In March 2022, the European Union banned Lilial from both rinse-off and leave-on cosmetic products after research found it disrupts fertility in rats, and the formula containing it continued to sell in the United States without interruption or recall. The brand reformulated the Luminous Silk in late 2025 and early 2026, but the product that built the cult following was formulated with an EU-banned compound inside it. Does going clean mean giving up on performance? Based on what these three brands have built, clearly not. Bare Minerals is widely credited with starting the clean mineral foundation movement in America when it launched in 1995. And the original loose powder foundation still has 5 ingredients: mica, titanium dioxide, zinc oxide, iron oxides, and bismuth oxychloride. No talc, no fragrance, no parabens, no phthalates, no formaldehyde, and EWG skin. Deep rates it among the lowest hazard foundations in its entire database, retailing at Ulta and Sephora for $32 to $36. The same 5-ingredient formula for 30 years. And in an industry that is constantly reformulating and repackaging, that consistency is a meaningful signal about what the brand is and is not willing to put into its products. Kosas carries Sephora's Clean at Sephora designation, excluding parabens, sulfates, phthalates, and mineral oil. And the Revealer Skin Improving Foundation is formulated with hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, peptides, squalane, provitamin B5, arnica, and caffeine with SPF 25, priced at $42. These are not decorative ingredients listed to justify the price. They are functional skincare actives at clinically relevant concentrations doing measurable work on your skin while the foundation is being worn, which makes it a fundamentally different kind of product from everything in the first half of this list. 100% pure pigments, its foundations with fruit, vegetable, tea, and flower extracts instead of synthetic dyes, with no parabens, silicones, or sulfates confirmed across multiple independent ingredient databases. EWG rates the brand's foundations among the lower end of its hazard scale, and the ingredient list includes ACAE, pomegranate, resveratrol, aloe, and zinc oxide. The full coverage water foundation retails at around $48, And in an industry where genuine ingredient transparency is still the exception, 100% Pure is one of the few brands where the label actually reflects what the formula prioritizes. The European Union has banned ingredients that remain legally present in best-selling foundations on American store shelves today. The FDA has not acted, and that regulatory gap falls entirely on the consumer to navigate. The EWG Skin Deep Database is free and takes 30 seconds to search any product before you buy it. Bare Minerals if you want a 30-year clean track record. Kosas if you want active skincare built into your coverage. 100% Pure if you want the most transparent ingredient list in the category. You now know which half of the shelf is worth your money and which half has been quietly counting on you not to check.